Miss Munchy, what we tell him?
I hear me, Miss Munchy.
Keeping it locked with Munchy.
Miss Munch! Are you run the thing, so watch you now?
You know me, I say Munchy.
Munchy!
Yell up Munchy.
Wha Gwaan Munchy.
Reggaeville family, welcome to Wha Gwaan Munchy. Thank you very much for tuning in once more. And a very special thank you to my guest on this one, because he traveled all the way from New York to come here with me to me in Munich. Thank you so much, Taj Weekes. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you.
You're here on a very special mission because you're in Europe to promote your music, your messages, your latest album, and a new single that is coming up. And this is a very interesting project that I would like to talk about first. It's called 1.5 is Still Alive. And for all those that are politically aware of or aware of what's going on in the world, 1.5, the song is about the climate change, right? It's a very interesting project because many artists are on board of it, apart from Taj. Tell me all about this very interesting and very important project.
Well, I did something with them about 2 years ago. I sang a little portion of one of the songs that they were doing. And the second time around, the person who had written the lyrics for the first song came to me and asked if I'd be willing to do it. The idea behind it is if temperatures rise above 1.5 degrees, people who live in small developing states are going to suffer because most of our life is along the waterline.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we're fighting for. And we're just kind of bringing it together as a collective to let people know we all support the same initiative. Mm-hmm. So Kendall Hippolyte wrote the lyrics. I did the music and melody. Sydney did some of the production with me. We were able, Sydney Mills of Steel Pulse. Yeah. We were able to get Bushman, Kenyatta Hill, Aaron Silk, Razia Saeed from Madagascar, Zara McFarlane from London, Jamaican jazz singer. I got a wonderful upcoming woman from St. Lucia called Chocolate. Yeah. Chocolate Birth here. And my singer and my guitar player in my band, Jahfé Paulina.
Yes.
So yeah, man, we came together and we did something. And I think it came off well. Oh,
definitely. It's a wonderful song. I was the lucky one to hear it already. But the cause is very, very important. At which point did you come about this idea? Was that when Trump said, yeah, the climate change is not man-made or whatever, it's not real, or was that even before? Because, I mean, we're talking about what we signed all in Paris years ago and what we should be working on, and still enough people are denying that what is happening is happening.
No, well, you see, we spoke about that in 2008. We had an album called Diadem, and we spoke about it. The song was called Dark Clouds, and it basically said, spring comes early, autumn's late. Mm-hmm. You know, so we had spoken about it, so we were kind of always aware of climate change. So when this came along, it was easy for us to jump on board because we were both moving in the same direction. Yeah, man.
So this is the project that you can look out for, coming on April 22nd, which is Earth Day. So yeah, it's a wonderful cause, a worthy cause. It's a wonderful song. Look out for it. We have more music from Taj Weekes to talk about, because in December you released your latest album, To All My Relations. Also a very interesting record with many, many interesting topics. We're going to talk about it. At the same time, if you're looking for new singles, of course, you can find all the releases that are new, all the upcoming stuff as well on Reggaeville. You can check out the Skints that featured Protoje for Restless. And you can also look for another very interesting collaboration. Randy Valentine, he teamed up with Runkus and Eesah for a song that's called Blessed, and I'm happy to share with you a little piece of that.
I'm a human blessed with the fattest breast and a rifle, yes. That's how she protect the naughtiness. But you address this a rebel if you're not a chess player. I mind me make you happy, send a SOS. The flow you cool like winter, it's a summer sound. Summer clown couldn't tell a count from a gramophone. Say them a run the place and them get run around. Come me never hear the music when me down a town. Me use a ballad and give them a salad, so me style it. Through them you know me switch the flow, them say me spoil it. But run go tell the child, say this is the spirit child. In the original style, fire burn the pedophile. Spiritually life is thriller in Manila. Still me now go turn no killer. Figure living at them villa. Them the things say me soft, but look where they buck up in a something stronger than Samson. Me 22 pillar, me bless. God I know me bless. Ask me if me good and me say yes. Touch on in a east and in a west. And now with the people them request.
So we are blessed. I am blessed because Taj Weekes came to visit me to speak about his music and his messages. I want to really stress the fact because your music is full of messages. You touch a variety of topics in your latest album. You speak about narcissism, you speak about the pharma industry, which I thought it was very interesting that one made a song about war, about terror. What does it take for a topic for you to say, okay, this is something that I have got to write a song about? Because I remember you saying one time that your son spoke to you about something and then you said, what can I do about it? Okay, I'm going to write a song about it.
That was the Here I Stand song. Yeah, well, I mean, I think life in and of itself gives you the direction to go in, for me as a songwriter. Because when I grew up listening to reggae music, it told me the story of the day. And that is what I try to in turn, you know? So I think there's a dip, message-wise, in reggae music right now. You know, we tend to talk about the same subjects over and over. But there are a million topics to talk about. Big Pharma was one of them. Heroin trade is another. You know, and on that album, with the incoming president and the ripple effect of that injection into the political field, there were lots of topics that popped up, you know, and there were lots of topics that were always there that jumped up a bit, you know, like the opioid crisis. So yeah, man, the topics were there. We wrote the album between Standing Rock and Cuba. Standing Rock was a topic in and of itself. And in Cuba, I realized that propaganda is a hell of a machine. And what it is that we see is what they want us to see. Yeah. So that's kind of, we came out of this, I had written 28 songs. I brought it down to 20, and the band chose 15, and it's the 15 that appear on the album. Wow. Yeah.
So what's going to happen to the rest of the songs? Will we still hear them?
Well, you know, Bun and them were laughing at me today on the ride to Munich. I wrote 3 songs in the car. You know,
there were not enough records in the world for you to put your music on.
3 complete songs. So there will always be music. You know, we're looking at a real ambitious project next year, releasing 3 albums in one.
Oh, okay, wow.
30 songs all at once. Okay. You know, one's probably all ska, the other one's all acoustic, and the third one's a full album, you know, because the material is there, so yeah.
Okay, wow. It's very impressive to talk about the latest album while already looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, because I think after you birthed it, because you lived so long with it, I mean, I was there from inception. The idea came, I put it down on paper, I rehearsed it, I brought it to the band, we played it, rehearsed it, recorded it. After a while, when you let it out, it's mixed mastered. You start looking at something else, you know, so yeah.
The topics you touch are pretty heavyweight. They use a very clear language to explain what you're thinking about, what you want to discuss in your music. Do you think there are a lot of artists that not really? You said this is what reggae music does. Do you think a lot of artists don't really use the potential of reggae music as a means to discuss problems, social commentary, and so forth, to speak about politics?
Well, you know, I don't know if it's not enough, but, you know, at the end of the day, a man can only do what a man can do. You know, maybe some people don't have the ability to write it that way. So I don't want to put so much weight on every artist, you know, because amongst the fighting, there still needs to be love. And some people still need to give us just that rhythm to make us move, you know. But, you know, overall, maybe the artists who are coming into it are not as subject oriented, or not so as so worldly as the ones who were there in the 70s. So taking all that into consideration, we're doing what we can do, you know. But yeah, I would love to see some more people come in and speak of the world is bigger than the geographical location where we live, you know, and it's bigger than Africa too. It's a whole world. There are lots of subjects. So we can sing about all this because it's not only us who enjoy the music, the entire world enjoys it. So why not bring them into it subject-wise, you know, so yeah.
Oh, definitely. Are you never afraid of touching a subject that might, you know, someone might be pissed off? Like the pharmaceutical industry. This is a big giant you're kind of exposing.
Well, if nobody's pissed off, then I didn't do my job. You know, for me, a songwriter is supposed to speak on the subject of the day, with no allegiance or alliance to anyone. If it were not true, then prove me wrong. But if it is, it is, and that is what we're supposed to do. No, I'm never worried. I mean, we took on a heavy subject in the reggae circles, homophobia, on an album before, and I have to tell you about this one story. I got an award from an organization called DAC, Diaspora African. Forgive me, I don't remember the rest of the RNC. Rastafari Congress, I think it is. And we went in and they gave us an award for the humanitarian work we had done. And a week or so after, I got a call saying one of the members said that I was the only person who had that kind of leanings who had been given an award. So I was invited to a radio conference kind of with about 40 or so elder Rastas on a Friday, and I called in and I made my case. And at the end of the forum, everybody's supposed to say whether or not they disagree. And everybody agreed. Because I say, if we, as Rastas, see Babylon as all of oppressive society, then if we become oppressive to anybody at all, then we become Babylon. So this is the point I'm making. Jahfé, leave all judgment unto him. So I'm not pointing any fingers. And the song clearly said, here I stand, I love a woman, I'm a man. She loves another, yes she can. She loves a woman, not a man. Should he pretend to love a woman yet intend to find a lover around the bend? Shouldn't he declare what he defends? You got a fragile picture frame sitting on a broken easel. Up comes the winds of change and down goes the easel. But you know, I am not pointing fingers, I'm just saying this is what it is. You know, but, you know, my father told me a long time ago, progress will never be achieved unless challenged by the lion and the ass. So you choose who you want to be, you know, yeah.
So the interesting thing is that you are making songs as a humanitarian, but apart from your music, you're also doing humanitarian work because you even have your own charity, right? Tell me about the They Often Cry outreach, please.
We founded the Often Cry outreach in 2008. We had been giving before, but not in an organized way. So we had a song called The Orphans Cry on one of the albums and kind of twisted it around and came up with the Often Cry outreach. What we do as a charity is try to take care of underprivileged and at-risk children in the Caribbean through sports and enrichment programs. So it's kind of morphed into other things because right now we have a domestic abuse program. You know, we have a spay and neuter program where I bring vets to the island twice a year to try to spay and neuter all the stray animals. We have a soccer program where we give kids scholarships to go to the US. We have a dental program, where we bring dentists once or twice a year to fillings and extractions, and you know, we have some other things, but I can't remember all of them.
It's so much, wow.
Yeah. So that's what we do, and when we started doing it, UNICEF liked what we were doing, so they called me in and made me the UNICEF champion for children of St. Lucia. You know, so yeah, but UNICEF is critical in that it opens up a couple more doors than I would have on my own. So when you call as a UNICEF something, people tend to see some legitimacy to what it is that you do and give you more of a hearing, you know, so yeah, man. Yeah.
So what do you do exactly as a champion of children for UNICEF?
I put children first. So, for example, this year we had a wonderful victory. After 4 years of fighting it, the St. Lucian government has abolished corporal punishment in school. So I was a champion for that, you know. I was a champion for that. So, you know, these are the things that I make sure children are in school, they're not wandering around, and, you know, so, yeah, man, that's...
It's pretty impressive, you know, wow.
You know, we all do what we can, you know. My mother always told me about the story of the Jesus story where two people came in and they put in the offering. A woman put in a penny and a guy put in $1,000, but hers was more than his because she had less to give. So yeah, we just, each one just do their share and that's it.
That is wonderful. That's really wonderful. And of course, at the same time, you not just busy with your charity, you are busy with your music that we appreciate very much as well. To all my relations, I said it already, it touches a lot of topics, some very heavyweight. Can you still just sit down on a day and not worry and just take it easy?
Well, you know, I think you are what you are 100%. You know, I'm not a songwriter for some hours in a day. It just kind of happens. And even when I medicate to get within that frame of mind, it still comes. So, yeah, you know, you do what you do. So a soccer player, anytime you see a ball, he'll flip it in the air. You know, we can't ask him to take it and start bouncing it. So we do what we do, yeah.
But I hope you're still happy with the works that you're doing and with the workload that you're carrying.
Well, John never gave us more than we can bear, you know. Okay. So, yeah, I'm good, man, I'm good.
I'm glad to hear that. I really just wanted to hear, you know. Now you're on this very busy journey throughout Europe. I'm very happy. We mentioned also the 1.5 is Still Alive single that is coming up on April 22nd. That is just 2 days after April 20th, 420, of course, which will host a lot of very interesting events throughout the world. The Austin Reggae Festival is taking place in Texas, of course. We have the Kaya Fest in Miami, Florida, and in Dortmund, Germany, we have both the War in the East and the Reggaeville Easter Special to look forward to. And if you cannot make it to either one of these events, then you can still check out our video premiere that's taking place on that very same day, 420. We have Jahfé with Warning.
More than 11 hours a day exposed to a variety of media. And they're missing out on that face-to-face. They're missing out on real-life experiences.
That was Warning that you can look forward to coming at you on 420. And with me is still Taj Weekes. Thank you so much for making your way here. We have spoken so much about the album that's out, your charity and so forth. What's coming at you? I know you're in Europe now, so what are the near plans now for you? What can the fans look forward to?
We actually have a children's book coming out.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah, I wrote a children's book.
Great.
It's actually a 3-part series, all about sustainability.
Okay.
Yeah.
For what age group is it?
Between 4 and 11.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. So the first one is about food. Second one is about water.
Okay, yeah.
Third one is about solar.
Nice.
So yeah, so we should be coming out in a couple of months.
Okay.
And I think we may finally finish a documentary we've been working on for about 4 years.
Wow, okay.
On diabetes in St. Lucia.
Okay.
Because we have one of the highest rates per capita in the world.
Yeah, I read that, yeah.
I mean, the differences in the other Caribbean islands are not so different. It's a point something between like Jamaica and, you know, so, yeah, so we've been working on that. And we wanted to make sure we went through different administrations. So no one can point a finger against the other since none of them have done anything substantial. So yeah, so that's 2 projects we're working on. I don't know what else we do, man.
Okay.
We do some other things, but I can't remember.
Well, that's so much already. Very interesting projects to look forward to. The children book, okay, that's good for my daughter. I can buy that. Taj, thank you so much for coming, for sharing your works, your thoughts, your messages, and yeah, please keep the good work up and all the best to carry that workload. Thank you so much for everything.
No, man, thanks for having us. And like we always say, let the vibes be high and the message mighty.
Wha Gwaan Munchy.